turn on, can you all please turn on your cameras? For whomsoever it is possible, kindly turn on your cameras so that we can ensure that you are there in the session and we are having one-on-one interaction here. Chinmay, Ramya, Bhagyashri, yes, Priya, Deepa, Sinchana, Aishwarya. Please turn on your cameras. Viraj is here. Pavan has not joined yet. Yes, we have 11 chats. Okay, good evening, good evening. Please unmute and speak rather than just typing in the chat box. I can see only few people here. For example, I can only see Harshita, Sinchana. Again, Sinchana Murthy and Girija have turned on their cameras. Others have not. Don't be shy. Yes, Viraj is all finally here. Yes. Thank you, others, for turning on your cameras. This session is being done for you, so it will be very, motivating for me to look at you and present and discuss the whole thing that we have planned today. So, shall we start? Am I audible to all of you? Is my audio clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, if anywhere at any point you feel like my audio has, there's a breakage in audio or something that you've not understand, you feel free to pause. Feel free to, ask me anytime in between when I'm presenting also. No issues regarding that. Is that clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
So this is my second session. Those who all have attended my session, they know how things go. Those who have not attended, please feel free to ask questions and don't be shy at any point. So I'll share my screen. Yes. So are you all able to see my screen? Is my screen visible for all of you?
Yes.
Yes, I'll bring this down. Okay. Then slideshow. Okay. So good evening, everyone. We are going to start one more session here in the area of teaching aptitude. And today's session is on interest in teaching. Last time I had got a few suggestions from you. Many of you suggested me to decrease my pace. I know I speak a little fast. So whenever you feel that I'm talking a little fast or you're not able to follow up, please ask me to stop. I can also talk in Kannada and Telugu. So if you belong to that language, you can ask me questions in your own language also. There is no problem in that. Okay, so those who, my name is M. Pavan Kumar. I'm a PhD scholar, a senior research fellow, and I'm pursuing my PhD in RIE, Regional Institute of Education, Mysuru, for which we all are having this session on. I'm also a product of RIE Mysuru. I've done my BSc, B.Ed, CPZ. I'm a 2014-18 batch pass out. I've already also done my master's in education from RIE Mysuru. Moving on to the next one. Before we start, I want to congratulate all of you for clearing your second PUC exam. Congratulations to all of you, those who have attempted it this time. So I'm very happy. You all must be happy and you all must also be anxious and worried what to do now, what to do next, right? Because for which we are having this session. So once again, congratulations to all of you who have appeared and cleared your class 12 PUC, class 12 or PUC exam this time. Moving on to what is this interest in teaching? Before we start, I would like to ask you all some questions. What do you think might be interest in teaching? What do you think? What comes to your head when you think about interest in teaching? Anything? This is an open-ended question. There is no correct or wrong answer here. Please start speaking. Anyone? What is the first thought that comes to your head when you hear the word interest in teaching?
Love of teaching.
Oh, very good. Chinmay says love towards teaching. Others, just pitch in, pitch in. You can say whatever comes to your head.
I feel that's my passion.
Okay, passion. Very good. Interest toward teaching means you should have a passion. Okay, very good, Harshita. So only Chinmay and Harshita, what about others? What comes to your head when you hear the term interest in teaching?
The way of teaching.
Okay, the way of teaching. Very good, Sinchana. The way one should teach, the science of teaching or the art of teaching. Yes. What else? That's all. Others, please respond.
Dragging the students' attention towards us.
Okay, dragging the students' attention towards the class. Could be Raj. Okay, so I think let us not waste much time here and I'll move on to the first slide. Yes, so as most of you pointed out, interest in teaching is about the passion, right? About what you want to do when you talk about teaching. We're going to discuss a lots of things that are going to come when we talk about interest in teaching. So as first point, which was said by most of you, it is passion towards teaching or passion for teaching. As you all are going to become pre-service teachers, you should have a passion. And the exam, the RIE CEE entrance exam is going to check if you are passionate enough towards teaching or not. The questions are going to be framed in such a way that they will try to check your passion towards teaching. And if you're passionate, if you're not passionate enough, you'll not be able to score. And what will happen? You'll not be able to qualify the exam. So one major thing that the RIEs look for, the people who want to enter them, is are they passionate enough to become teachers? What is this passion towards teaching? It is genuine enthusiasm and love for the teaching profession. Enthusiasm means the excitement, right? The interest towards the profession. Then impact on students. When we talk about interest in teaching, we're not only talking about the teaching process. We're also looking at how what we teach will have an impact on the students. You should have a positive desire to bring a difference in students' lives. You don't want to be the everyday teacher who comes, who talks, right? The teacher they show in movies, the one who comes, throws duster or chalk on the students, scolds students and goes back. No, right? You don't want to be such a teacher. We have also seen different type of teachers in movies. For example, in Super 30, we have seen Hrithik Roshan, or in Tare Zameen Par, we have seen Amir Khan. So we want to be such type of teachers who bring a change, a positive difference in students. So questions will also be asked in such a way that what impact will you have on students' life? Okay, then continuous learning. When you say you are interested in teaching, you're also a learner, because to teach, you have to learn. Don't you all agree with me? To teach
Yes, sir.
something, you all might have taught something or the other. You might have taught your sibling, you might have taught a small concept to your friends, right? Or you might have done a small presentation in your school. For doing all these things, can you just go and talk randomly about anything? Or do you have to prepare about for it first?
We have to prepare for it.
Yes,
We want
yes, Sinchana. Yes, Girija. We have to prepare. So while preparing, what are we doing? We are also learning. So to be interested in teaching, or to say that you are having interest in teaching, you should also be a continuous learner. That is commitment to ongoing learning, whatever is happening in the current sphere. And innovation in teaching. There is so much innovation that is coming in teaching now. AI has become a very big, step ahead in teaching. I know you all are already using AI to find your answers. You just click the photo and then ask AI for the solution and you get the solution. But AI is doing a lot more than that. Through using AI, you can prepare simulations. You know the slide that I've prepared here, this is prepared using AI. I just gave it a text and it prepared this beautiful slide for me. So you have to be committed towards learning, and you also have to be committed towards learning what is coming new, what is a new thing that is coming, what is the innovation that is coming in teaching. Then This is a very big overview about what interest in teaching talks about. For sure, we all already talked about passion for education, a deep love, as said by you people, for learning and sharing knowledge. One more thing is commitment towards student development, which is very important. Then enthusiasm, okay, towards a subject matter. You are excited to teach a new subject, but also you are an expert. You cannot just be excited to teach. Do you think mere excitement is sufficient for you to teach something? Or you should also know the content?
We should also know the content.
Know the content.
Yes. I'll give you an analogy or an example, right? You want to play cricket and we are very excited for playing cricket, but you don't know how to hold a bat. Will you be able to score maximum runs?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. You should also be an expert. So similarly for teaching, only enthusiasm is not sufficient. You should also, with enthusiasm, you should also have subject expertise. That is, you should know what you're going to teach. Then desire for lifelong learning, as we discussed in the previous slide. One more important thing is community engagement. Not only teaching in school, we should also participate in local educational initiatives. If some science fair is going on, how many of you have been to this what to say, library on wheels? Some buses come to your schools and they will have libraries. You can buy books and all those things. Has anyone witnessed something like that?
Yes,
Or
sir.
there will be science exhibitions, there will be science museums. All these activities will be taking place and you should be a active participant in all these type of activities that come in. Then collaboration and teamwork. When we say that one is interested in teaching, it's not an individual activity. For sure, you have to do a lot of work by your own. But whenever there is a chance, whenever there is an opportunity, you should collaborate with others. You should partner, learn from them, share ideas, discuss ideas, plan together. Then ability and innovation. Embracing new teaching methods and technologies. As I was talking about AI. Other than that, there are a lot of other things that come in here. For example, you might have seen that some teachers bring models for everything. They want to show you how things work. They just don't want to, talk about it and then think that you understand. Some people bring models, some people bring innovations. They create things to make teaching better. One more very important thing is reflective practice. What do you mean by reflection? Any idea?
Student responding.
Okay, Sinchana says student responding. Others, what do you mean by reflection? Have you heard the term reflection in physics?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is reflection then? What is reflection?
Bouncing back into the same surface, like
Okay, bouncing. Okay, reflection is that bouncing of light. Okay, when you go and stand in front of mirror, what do you see?
image.
You see
Sir, excuse
yourself?
me, sir.
Yes, Viraj. Yes, Viraj. Viraj, you wanted to say something? Is Viraj here or has he left the meeting? Okay, no Viraj here. I think you wanted to ask something. Maybe he'll join back. So yes, reflection talks about looking back at what you have done. Suppose you have taken a class. Now, after you finish the class, you will go back and reflect. What have I done? Was I able to implement all the plans, all the activities that I planned, all the things that I planned? Where did I do mistakes? Where did I go wrong? What did I do good? Reflecting is looking back to what you have done. For example, we stand in front of a mirror and we look at ourselves, no? Similarly, what have you done? Whatever activity you do which is related to teaching process, you should reflect back. Look at what good you have done. Where have you gone wrong? How can you improve? So reflective practices are important for one to improve. So there might be questions in RICE asking about should a teacher be reflective or not. So remember, when they are talking about reflection in teaching, they're talking about looking back at what you have done during a teaching process and improving. When you reflect back, you will be able to see where you went wrong and you will be able to improve upon it. Okay? Yes. Next one is cultural awareness. Understanding and respecting diverse cultural backgrounds. These cultural backgrounds might be related to the society. These backgrounds might be related to the students that you have in class. So you should understand and you should respect the diversity that is available. Then career aspirations, goals and ambitions for professional growth in education. Once you enter the teaching profession, you should not be complacent. You should not be like, okay, this is it. The ladder in teaching is the highest that you can go. Do you know that? After any idea what you can do after this BSc B.Ed course, where and all you can go? Girija is fine. If your brother sits also, no issues. You can keep your camera on. No problem, Girija. Yes. Anyone? After BSc B.Ed, you will become a teacher. What else can you do? Those who are here. Is BSc B.Ed only for teaching? Girija, mute me. If it is uncomfortable for you, you can turn off your camera. No issues. Yes. But please talk. Other than teacher, what can you become after doing BSc B.Ed? Anyone? Please try to answer. No one? Make an attempt. Other than teacher, what can you become after BSc B.Ed? Okay, we'll have a separate session on it.
We can
If you're
write
not-
some competitive exams.
Okay, very good. You can write competitive exams and you can enter into other fields. But I'll rephrase my question. Thank you for saying that response, Deepa. Other than teaching, what other aspects can you enter into which are related to teaching once you're done your BSc B.Ed? With respect to teaching, what all fields can you enter other than being a school teacher? Very important, because you're planning to pursue this degree. You should know what fields you will enter into once you pursue this. What are the opportunities that are available for you?
Professor.
Okay, you can become professor, you can do masters and you can become a college professor. Very good. Other than that, one. Yes, Sinchana. In the first session that we did, we also talked about administrators. So you can become administrators also. Have you heard about these BEOs and DEOs? Anyone? Have you heard about BEO, DEO, DDPI? No?
Yes.
Yes, Chinmay says yes. BEO is Block Education Officer. DEO is District Education Officer. DDPI is Deputy Director of Public Instruction. You can enter into all these fields. You can enter into NGOs and you can do collaboration with NGOs where you can teach students, provide resources. You can become a subject matter expert. You can become a subject matter expert for startups. There are so many opportunities available once you enter into this profession. That is a completely separate topic for discussion. We'll continue with this. Shall we? Any doubt till here? Anyone?
No, sir.
So when we
No,
talk
sir.
about interest in teaching, when we say interest in teaching, it's passion for education, commitment to student development, subject matter and enthusiasm, desire for lifelong learning, community engagement, collaboration, ability and innovation, reflective practices, cultural awareness, and career aspirations. Next. Yes. Now, this interest in teaching or passion of teaching, what and all types of questions they will ask. Okay, questions can be about how you enjoy explaining concepts. There should be a satisfaction in clarifying ideas and fostering understanding among students. Questions can come from this area. They can ask, you are teaching so-and-so topic. You found that some of the students understood and some of the students did not understand. What should be your satisfaction level? Or what should you do? Okay, they might ask questions of what should you do if all few of the students have not understood a topic that you're trying to teach. They will give some example of a topic, right? So there might be questions there like you should do this, you should do that. The main thing is that a teacher should always look for satisfaction in clarifying ideas. And the main purpose that you have to do when you teach is you have to make students understand, which is very important. Then creative learning ideas. You have to provide students, you have to create a learning situation where creative learning ideas flow in. You can use, for doing this, you can use innovative approaches to make learning engaging and enjoyable. In the last session, I talked about NEP 2020. What is NEP 2020? What is NEP 2020? You all might have heard about NEP 2020 by now because it's been 4 years.
Education policy.
Yes, it's national education policy. They're talking about lots of learning techniques, innovative learning techniques. I'm pretty sure you might not have gone through it, so I'll tell you they're talking about experiential learning. Teaching students by experiences. They're talking about inquiry-based learning. Making students inquire, enabling students to find answers by themselves for the questions that come ahead. So there are different innovative approaches that are available to teach, and you are expected to use this in teaching. Okay. Then curiosity about learning. A teacher who is interested in teaching should always also be curious about learning. That includes, fascination with human behavior and learning processes. Then admire impactful teachers. You are not the only teacher that is there, right? There will always be a group of teachers around you. Always learn from others. Admire people who are good at something. Try to discuss with them, learn, and improve your overall teaching effectiveness. Next one. So, interesting teaching. What and all are related to it? Student motivation and engagement. So, questions can be asked with respect to student motivation and engagement, classroom engagement. Your classroom has so and so types of students. What type of classroom engagement should you make, or what type of teaching plan should you make? Such type of questions can be asked. Okay. Questions can be asked related to student motivation. Suppose a student is having so and so problem and the student is not able to perform well in school or well in exam. As a teacher, what should you do? Such questions can come in. Questions can also come about teacher effectiveness and satisfaction. A teacher should be satisfied if so and so options will be given. A teacher is said to be effective when what the teacher is able to do, how the teacher is able to do, such type of questions will come in. Then continuous self-improvement, as talked about in the previous slide also, this is a very important aspect. How can a teacher self-improve? Let us ask you a very interesting question. How do you think a teacher can improve self? Imagine you all have joined a school, you have finished your BSc B.Ed course, you have joined a school, you have become teachers. After becoming a teacher, how will you improve yourself?
We learn
How
new
can one at a time? Yes, yes. Yes, one at a time, please.
topic.
Yes, Sinchana, once again.
Gaining knowledge about the topic which we have already known, but improving something else.
Very good, very good. Self-directed development. How can one do that? Sinchana and others. Sinchana has put forward a good point. How can one do that?
Getting feedback
Yes.
from students.
Very good. Getting feedback from your students. Good, Deepa. Getting feedback from your students and trying to improve or incorporate changes that are required for your class. What else? So the other ways in which you can do it. Yes, Sinchana, you wanted to say something. So what a teacher can do, you can attend conferences, workshops, and seminars. Okay, for improvement, for self-improvement, a teacher can attend conferences, workshops, and seminars. There is one more important thing. Please note it down. It is not there on the slide. It is called in-service training. In-service training. So there is something called as in-service training that is organized for the teachers. So once you become a teacher, you should make sure that you always attend such programs. These in-service training programs contain new topics. Okay, they will contain what and all improvement is happening in the education sector. They will train you regarding specific areas. So one important thing you can do is attend in-service training programs. Okay. Then participate in conferences where you can present. Also participate in national level programs, let it be M.Ed, all those things. There are for teachers also a lot of such opportunities are available. You should participate. Then coming to the last point, which is positive classroom environment. As a teacher, you should always try to create a positive classroom environment. Why do you think you should create a positive classroom environment?
Students will be interested.
Okay, students will be interested. Very good. 1 point, students will be interested. What else? How many of you have been scared? Right? You all are in your class. You are sitting, you are talking to your friends, you are like in a jolly mood. And someone just who's standing near the door shouts that sir or that madam is coming, and you all become silent, you all become scared. Have you experienced that in your school time?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, only Sinchana and other one more person. Others, you have not experienced that? So when such teachers take class, are you able to focus completely on what they're saying? Do you think there should be fear when a class is going on? Do you think students should be scared in your class when you teach?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Very good. No, students should never be scared. You have to create a positive environment where everyone is enthusiastic, everyone is interested, everyone is like, okay, wow, today something new is going to happen. I should, you know. You also might have experienced some teachers. When you see the teacher coming towards the corridor, in the corridor itself, you get so excited. Yes, 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 madam is coming, or yes, 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 sir is coming. That is, what does that mean is that teacher was successful in creating a positive learning environment where you are always interested to sit in the teacher's class. Okay, so creating a positive environment for learning is very important when you have interest in teaching, and questions can also be asked in this area. Shall we proceed? Any doubts still here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, this interest, you should have interest, you should cultivate interest, but how to do it, right? How to cultivate this interest? Now, first thing is engage in teaching. You should first develop practical skills. This can be done through voluntary roles, coming forward and doing, taking actions, going through the coursework, all those things can be done. Second is attending workshops, like I was talking in the previous slide, attending professional development programs. Please note it down, professional development programs. A teacher should attend professional development programs where they can learn a lot of things and develop themselves professionally. Then reflect on passion. Am I still interested in teaching? Am I still passionate towards teaching? You might have seen teachers who are on the verge of retirement, but they are still so full of energy and interested when they enter the class, right? That is nothing but passion. So always reinforce yourself regarding the commitment to teaching, commitment towards the whole goal of education. Then one more important thing is explore stories. How do you think the movies came up? Super 30, Tare Zameen Par, or the recent movie which became very famous where a boy from Bihar becomes an IAS officer. What was that movie? Anyone who has watched it?
12th fail.
12th fail. Yes, 12th fail. Very good. Right? So please watch or explore these motivational stories. They give us a lot of inspiration and they motivate us for becoming good teachers. Yes. So this one more slide. One of the major things that you have to do when you become teachers is assessment. What do you mean by assessment? There is no correct wrong answers. All of you please jump in. What do you mean by assessment? Yes. What do you mean by assessment? You have written so many exams. Girija, Sinchana, Chinmay, Viraj, Rajata, Bhagyashree, Sinchana, yes. What do you mean by assessment? No wrong answer. You can try. I will tell you what is it in the end. Tell me.
Assessment to know about yourself.
Know about yourself. Okay. When we talk about teaching, in teaching, what is assessment?
Testing our knowledge.
Testing one's knowledge. Okay, Harshita, good. Others, what do you mean by assessment? So many assessments have been done for you, right? When you were in school, they used to call it as FA1, FA2, FA3, formative assessment, then essay, summative assessment. What is this assessment? Deepa, you wanted to say something. You unmuted and you muted yourself again. Yes. Give it a chance. Viraj, very quiet today. Yes. What do you mean by assessment?
Sir, testing our knowledge towards the education, sir. When we'll study, sir.
Testing your knowledge. Okay. Yes. Testing your knowledge. You say that is assessment. Now, why do you think assessment is necessary in teaching? As a
Yes,
teacher,
sir.
no, you all are, imagine you all are teachers now. Why do you think assessment is necessary for you as a teacher?
To know whether the student has understood the topic.
Okay, to know whether the student has understood or not. What else?
To improve our creativeness.
Improve your creativeness. Fine. Very important thing. One very important thing you all are missing. Try. I'll see if anyone gets the answer.
If we have any subject towards that, then we can easily bring even that content to the student, and we can share our knowledge to the students also.
Okay. Very good. What else? What else?
Sir, we can rectify our mistakes towards teaching, sir.
Very good. Through assessment. Very good point. When you're assessing students, if a student is not able to score good in a particular topic, if most of the students are not able to score good in that particular topic, the mistake is not with the students. The mistake is with the teacher. You have not been able to teach that particular topic properly because of which they are not able to score. So as said by Sinchana also and Viraj, you can self-reflect. Okay, I think Deepa also said that. You can reflect on yourselves. What else? One more very important thing.
Effectiveness of our teaching towards the
Very good.
students.
Very good. A very correct point. You can also look into how effective you are by doing assessments. By doing assessment, you'll come to know if they are able to understand or not. If they're not able to understand, then there is something wrong with the way you're teaching, which you have to change. Good, Chinmay. What else? Think, yaar. Think out of the box. This is inside the box only. Shall I? By assessment, listen carefully, all of you. By doing assessment, you'll be able to know where a particular student has a problem. Yes or no? And once you identify that this child has a problem in this particular concept, you can help them. You can plan your instruction in such a way that that problem is addressed. So to identify problems or issues that students have with respect to specific areas can be understood through assessment. Let us look into it. And there are lots of questions that are going to be asked in the area of assessment. So pay attention here. So we are talking about benefits of good assessment. We all know what assessment is now. You all have said what is assessment, trying to know how well the students have performed, trying to know if you have done well, where the whole class stands, what have been understood by the students. All this comes in assessments. Now, why should one do assessment? What are the benefits of doing a good assessment? First thing is motivation and engagement. It enhances learners' enthusiasm and participation. Before this, as we're talking about assessment, how can you assess students? Very interesting question, right? Again, all of you, please participate. How can you assess students? Tell me the different ways in which you can assess students.
Interacting with them personally.
Okay, by interaction you can assess. Okay, quickly. First, tell the ones that are done in school so that you'll get a side. How can you assess students?
Sir,
Yes,
seminars
Viraj.
and quiz.
Okay, you can
Seminars
conduct
and
seminars and quiz. Very good. You can conduct seminars and quiz and you can attend. You can, assess students. What is done in school? What do they do in school? By conducting a written exam. Yes or no? Yes. What they do in school, they make you write exams. Other than that now, how can you assess students? Very interesting. Very important. Deepa Nayak, Varshini, Aishwarya, Arjuna, Aishwarya, AK, Priya, you all are very quiet. I don't know if you're there or not also. Please participate. Please answer. What are the other ways in which you can assess students? Be creative. Now let me see how creative you people are. Think about how can you assess students?
Quiz.
Quiz, okay. Viraj also said the same thing. Yes, Bhageshri, quiz, we can assess students. What else? Only quiz.
Oral examination.
Oral examination, okay. Good. Deepa?
Projects on a particular topic.
Sorry? Chinmay?
Projects on a particular topic.
Very good. Projects, good. What else? Others? Please answer.
Presentations.
Yes, making them do presentations, good. Only that much. Only these many ways are there to assess students.
Making them to perform skit or drama about a topic.
Very good. Making them to plan and perform quiz, dramas, role plays. Good. Very good. Very innovative also. What else? Think creative. How can you assess students? What are the different ways in which you can assess students? You can assess students through games. You can conduct science games in classrooms. Right? You can create a games which includes content also, and then you can assess students. Okay, I've told one through games you can assess. What else? There are so many ways in which you can assess students. What you can do is after the class, please go online and look into different ways in which students can be assessed. Okay, please do that once this class is done. Now, let us look into what are the benefits of this assessment. I'm sorry. Okay. What are the benefits of this assessment? First thing is motivation and engagement. This enhances learners' motivation and it also enhances their participation in the whole learning process. What is the most common way of assessing students that is done in the classroom while teaching?
Asking questions for them.
Yes, Yes, Chinmay, correct. Asking questions. A teacher will teach something and then they'll be like, Deepa, tell me the answer for this. Or Sinchana, tell me the answer for this. Do you all feel comfortable when such questions are asked? All of a sudden they ask you questions? No, right? We are like, I have been, I'll tell you what I used to do. Okay, when I was a student, I used to sit and I used to look down. Because in my opinion, if I'm making eye contact, the teacher will ask me question. So what I used to do, I used to think I'm super smart. I used to just look down and I just used to, not maintain eye contact, thinking that if I'm not making eye contact, I'll not be asked. Why? Because we were scared of questions. And there are, see, as you people told, there are so many other ways in which you can assess. The more interesting you make assessment, the more participation you'll get from students and the more productive the whole teaching learning process is going to be. Okay. So it will give students motivation and it will improve engagement in the whole teaching learning process. Then it will also help you to self-reflect. Was this assessment practice good? How many students were able to participate? Right? What was the total output of this assessment? Then accountability. Assessment leads to accountability. It will help you be accountable. Have students understood everything? What are the areas where students are lacking? Are all the teaching learning objectives covered? Okay, so it sets accountability and standards. On other side, let's move to the left side. It improves. There is a feedback for improvement. So it provides learners with actionable insights for growth. By using creative means for assessment, students will themselves now know, okay, I don't know this, I have to work on this area. Rather than just asking them questions and scolding them if you're conducting a quiz. The students will be very much motivated to answer, but when they're not able to get the answer, they'll be like, oh, shit, so bad. I was not able to get the answer for this. Let me search. So it motivates them. It makes them understand the areas where they went wrong and they'll be able to go back and search and get the answers. Then it will help in personalized learning. Using different assessment strategies, you'll be able to know what suits which type of students. Some students might like oral questioning, some students might like quiz, some students might like other activities in which assessment is done. So it will help a teacher prepare personalized learning experiences for students. Then the next thing is informed instructional decisions. It will help teachers prepare different teaching strategies. Instructional strategies are nothing but teaching strategies. Okay, don't get confused. Instructional strategies means teaching strategies. So it will help you design teaching strategies that will benefit students. Clear about assessment and benefits of assessment, all of you? Any doubts still here? So we have covered all the theory aspect. Any doubt till here, please ask now itself because we are going to move to questions. Any doubts still here?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Just a minute. If you have any doubts, please ask. This slide will be shared with all of you. Yes. So shall we move to the questions? Like previously, we'll solve few previous year's questions. And once we solve those questions, I have extra questions for you. We'll try to find the answers for them. Don't be scared. I'm not a teacher who will scold if you tell a wrong answer. We are here to do mistakes and learn from your mistakes. Clear for all of you? Yes? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now, the first question. I'll read the question for all of you. Assessment to be made part of teaching learning in classroom needs to focus on. Okay. Assessment to be made part of teaching learning in classroom need to focus on learner strength and weakness, reprimanding learners, giving grades, marking leniently. This was a question asked in RIE CEE 2015.
Option 1.
Option 1.
Option A.
Option 1 says Chinmay.
Option 1.
And anyone other than option A here? Yes, you all are correct. The correct answer is option A. Why do we do assessment? We do assessment to understand the learner's strengths and identify their weaknesses. Because once we identify their weaknesses, we'll be able to, make or changes in our instruction so that we can address their weaknesses. Clear, all of you? Very good. So first question gone right. We'll move on to the next one. One more question from RIE CEE 2015. A
Sir, what
teacher
is
plans. Yes. What is what?
Sir, what is reprimanding?
Reprimanding means making, holding students accountable, giving them some kind of reinforcement. For example, scolding them or saying, giving them some kind of feedback. That is reprimanding. We always use in news, you see this word in news. Someone was reprimanded by police, reprimanded by court. Okay, holding them accountable. Are we doing assessment to hold students accountable for their mistakes? No, right? Yes. Next question. One more question from RIE CEE 2015. A teacher plans his or her teaching based on assessing the needs of the children. Okay. As a teacher, you are planning your teaching needs based on assessing the needs of the children. This type of assessment is indicative of assessment for learning, assessment of learning, assessment as learning, assessment at learning. I will give you 2 minutes.
Option
Read
B.
the question again. Chinmay, read the question again. I'll give you 2 minutes. 1 minute I'll give, not 2 minutes. 2 minutes is too much. You'll not get that much time. I'll give you 1 minute. Read the question properly again and then tell me what is correct option in your opinion. Read the question carefully. Please read the question at least 2 to 3 times.
Option 1.
Okay, Chinmay says option 1. What about others?
Option A.
Okay, Sinchana is also going with option A.
Option A, sir.
Okay, Viraj says option A. Those who have said option A, I'm going to ask you the reason for it also. Others, so be ready with your reason. Don't tell it now, be ready with your reason. Let us take other students' responses also for this question. Yes. Bhageshri, Deepa Nayak, Arjuna Aishwarya, Varshini, where are you all? A simple question. If your answer is wrong, also no problem. Here we are to identify what answer is correct and how can we do mistakes. So yes. Deepan, what is your answer? Yes, Deepan. Say something. What according to you is correct? Even if you're wrong, no issues. You're muted. You're muted. Yes. Deepa, you're not audible. Can you please repeat your answer?
Sir, I'm not understanding the question.
Not understand the question. Okay. How many of you have not understood the question? Please don't type in the chat box. Unmute and speak. Manoj, can you please? Oh, there are so many students who are typing in the chat box. I've not seen it at all. I'm sorry. Are you all having network issues because of which you're using chat box? I'll keep the chat box always on if that is the case. Okay. So many of you might have, I'll assume that many of you have not understood the question. I'll repeat the question for you and I'll explain what the question is. A teacher plans. So here a teacher is planning the teaching learning process. How they are planning? They're planning it by assessing the needs. What are the needs of the students? What are the need for this particular topic? What they might need. So teacher is planning his or her class based on the needs of the students. This assessment, this type of assessment that the teacher is doing Okay, this type of assessment that teacher is doing is indicative of what? Assessment for learning, assessment of learning. Assessment for learning means as doing an assessment to teach. Okay, assessment of learning means doing the assessment of what has been learned. Assessment as learning means assessment by the process of learning, and assessment at learning. This makes no sense. This is just to confuse you people. Okay. So which one according to you is correct now? Yes. Those who have answered can also answer again.
Assessment for learning.
Option A.
Yes, you all are correct here. Those who have said option A, including Manoj. Assessment for learning is correct because teacher is making a preliminary assessment before taking the class. The teacher is trying to see what are the needs of the students. He's conducting an assessment to check the needs of the students to prepare for the class. So this assessment is being done for learning. Okay. If the question was like teacher has taught a particular topic and now the teacher wants to know how if the students have understood this or not, then what would have been the answer here? Which option would have been correct?
Two.
Yes. Option B would have been correct in that scenario. That is because assessment of learning is being taken place there. Any doubts? Any doubts here? No? Shall we continue? Okay,
Yes, sir.
next question. This is a pretty easy one. This question is from RIE CEE 2017. A few students in your class are not able to follow your teaching. Okay. A few students in your class are not able to follow your teaching. As a teacher, what will you do? Reduce the speed of your speech, inform their parents, ignore them, analyze the reason for it.
Analyze the
Okay.
reason for
Option
it.
D.
Analyze
Okay.
the reason.
Okay, so in comment box, Harvini and Manoj have said option D. How many of you others have said option D here? Many of you have said option D. The correct answer is option D. You all are correct. You have to analyze. You cannot just think that students were not able to follow your teaching. It was because of your speed. There might be a lot of other reasons. There might be reasons related to the students themselves. Yes or no? So analyzing the reason for it is much more important, which is the correct answer as predicted by all of you. Next. The main purpose of using concrete objects in teaching is to. Concrete objects can be like specimens, using of specimens or using of models, okay, in class. Okay, concrete objects can be the teaching learning materials or the learning resources that you use in class are called concrete objects. It can be models, charts, working models or whatever it is. So what is the main purpose of using them? Arouse interest in teaching, develop interest in teaching, provide physical representation to abstract objects, provide opportunity to manipulate the objects. What is the correct answer here?
Option C.
Okay. Who said
Option
option
C.
C here?
Option C.
Sinchana says option C, Chinmay says option C, whereas in chat box, Aishwarya, Varshini, and okay, Aishwarya and Varshini have said option B. Okay. Even Harvini has said option B. Yes. Those who have said option B, why do you think it is option B? The main purpose of using concrete objects in teaching. Why do you think it's option B? Okay, Deepa says option C. I'll give you an example here, okay? Imagine you are teaching them a particular phylum. Okay? We'll take the example, you're teaching them phylum Arthropoda. I don't know if you all remember this or not. Insects come under the the classification of arthropoda. Okay, and then now you are saying that all the insects that have, 6 legs are and have a hard exoskeleton come under this category. And now we are bringing a example of it in the class. Or, for example, you're teaching them coelenterata or some concepts that you cannot bring in class. You prepared a model of it and you're trying to show it to the students. Which option among this will fit correct for that? One more example I'll take. You're teaching them chemistry. Okay. You're teaching the students chemistry and now you're teaching them about how in a particular, how a particular element is, how is it arranged in a particular orbit, how many protons it have, how many electrons it has. So you're bringing a model for it. Now, what option do you think is correct among these?
Option C.
Okay, Sinchana says
Option B.
option C. What about others? Vikas?
Option
Which option? Which option? Chinmay? Raju, Deepa has shifted to now texting. Option C. Chinmay, you to say option C.
yes, sir.
So all of you, please remember, right? Everything cannot be, visualized by the students just when you talk about it. Yes or no? So sometimes you have to give them how this abstract idea is. How does it look? So the main purpose of using concrete objects in teaching is to provide physical representation to abstract ideas. Okay. But if they have specified that this is for class 6 students, then what will be the answer? If they have specified that this is for class 6 students, lower class students, what will be the answer?
Option B.
It's option. Most of you might say option B, but it's actually option A. Okay. It is to arouse interest. Okay. It's not developing interest. It is arousing interest. Arousing means creating interest. How many of you have, been happy when a teacher walks into the class, a teacher is bringing a model or something, you're like, oh, what is it? What's the teacher bringing in the class? Right? It is to arouse interest, arouse curiosity among learners. So if it is specified that it is for class 6, then it is to arouse interest. But if it is for higher classes, it is to provide a physical representation to abstract ideas. Here it is not, mentioned anything. So go for option C, which is most appropriate. Clear? Move on to the next. Shall we move on to the next one? Now, before teaching, a teacher must arrange required learning resources, prepare lesson plans for teaching, test previous knowledge of the students, what the students know about this topic, or all of the above.
All of the
All of
above.
the above.
All of the above. Chinmay and Deepa and others. Manoj also says all of the above. So does. Okay. All of you. Okay, Girija also says, Bhagesh also says option D. Yes, you all are correct. So remember, before teaching a class, a teacher must arrange all the required learning resources, prepare lesson plans for teaching. You should also test the previous knowledge of the students so that you should know, so that you'll know what to teach, how to plan it. Questions may be asked in the opposite way also. Which among the following is correct when it comes to what a teacher must do before teaching? So A, B, C. Remember all these 3 responses because they all are necessary to be done by a teacher before teaching. Clear? Yes? Don't worry. This PPT
Yes,
will
sir.
be shared with you. Let us move on to practice questions. We are done with previous year's questions. You can find much more previous year questions in the PYQs that are available on the app. Let us move on to the practice questions. The first practice question. A teacher who has genuine interest in teaching will primarily focus on completing the syllabus rapidly, ensuring all students achieve top grades, continuously reflecting and adapting their methods, strictly following a fixed teaching schedule. Yes.
Option C.
What
Option
according to you?
Option C.
Option C.
C.
Option C, option C. Others? Where are the chatbot monsters? Chatbox monsters? Yes, Aishwarya says option C. Bhagyashri says option C. Aishwarya Poojar also say option C. Rajata has shifted to chatbox option C. Yes, you all are correct. Most important is if you are having genuine interest in teaching is you have to continuously reflect and you should adapt new methods that was given in the above content that we discussed. Moving on to the next one. Which scenario best indicates a teacher's deep interest in teaching? Okay. Which among the scenarios options given here indicates a teacher's deep interest in teaching? First one is giving lengthy homework assignments daily. Okay. Using creative methods even when not observed. Strictly maintaining silence in room. Shh. Pin drop silence. Emphasizing memorization for exams. Manoj says
Option
option
B.
D, emphasizing memorization for exams. Whereas Gandharvini says it's option B. Chinmay says option B, yes.
Option B.
What about others? Okay,
Option B.
Girija, Viraj,
Option B.
Sinchana, Aishwarya, Priya, Karunya, Bhagyashri. Everyone says option B. Manoj, it's option B that is correct. Okay, we are not, our main purpose is not to make students memorize for exams. I know that's what they do in your 11th and 12th. They just force you, memorize. But what is the use of memorization when you'll not remember it for your life? The main purpose of education is to understand something so that you can be aware of a lot of things and use it in your future. So it's very important for you to use creative methods because that leads to better understanding among students. Even when you're not observed as a teacher, even if someone is not coming and observing you or grading you, you should always use creative methods. Okay, that talks about your motivation. Next one. A teacher interested in nurturing students' curiosity would most likely, I'll repeat the question again, listen carefully. A teacher interested in nurturing students' curiosity would most likely provide standard textbook explanations. Okay. Encourage rote memorization. Ask open-ended and thought-provoking questions. Frequently test factual knowledge.
Option C.
Option C says Chinmay. Others?
Option C.
See in the chat
Option
box also.
C.
Everyone is spamming C in chat box. I'll use your Gen Z language. Option C is spammed. Okay, I will ask you, what do you mean by factual knowledge, which is given in option D? Anyone? What do you mean by factual knowledge? Those who can't talk, please put it in the chat box. What do you mean
Sir,
by factual knowledge? Yes, Viraj.
it is correct knowledge, sir.
No, it's not corrective knowledge. Good attempt. Factual knowledge. The first half of the word has a meaning in it.
Well-known thing.
It is true about the knowledge, no, sir.
Sorry? Well-known things as Sinchana. Viraj, what were you saying?
It is true about the knowledge, no, sir.
Knowledge of facts. Okay? What are facts? Now, very interesting question I'll ask to all of you. What are facts? You all use fact, no? For a matter of fact. Oh, that is a fact. This is a fact. You use the word fact a lot when you talk. What is a fact?
The thing
Yes,
that is
Gandhar, when
true,
you're correct, it's knowledge based
universally
on
true.
facts. Sorry, yes, Chinmay. Sorry, I was talking. Yes, Chinmay.
It refers to a universal truth.
Yes, phenomena that are universally true. Can you all tell me a fact? I want one fact from all of you quickly. Shall I start with a fact?
Sun rises finished.
Very good. Who said that?
Harshita.
Harshita, does sun really rise? Harshita, does sun really rise?
Earth rotates.
Yes, it's a misconception. Most of the students do this mistake. Yes, Manoj, you have put Rohit Sharma's DP, but you're talking about Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar is considered the god of cricket. Is it a fact? Yes, people say that it's a fact. What else? I will say one. Sky is blue in color. During daytime at least. Is it a fact? Yes, give me facts, all of you. One fact quickly. Chlorophyll is a
Wood
pigment that is
floats
green in
on a
color. Yes, Chinmay, yes.
wood float on a water.
Okay, wood will float on water. Yes. Others, give facts. Deepa. One fact at least. One fact.
Ocean will produce major earth oxygen.
Ocean will produce majority of oxygen. Okay. It is a fact. Many of them. Think about some easy facts, daily life facts that you see
Others
around
love
yourself. Yes.
others love is unconditional.
Be loud, be loud. Pinchana.
Mother's love is unconditional.
Mother's love is unconditional. See, we cannot vouch for that. Tell something that is related to science. Okay. I agree with what you have said, Sinchana, but still, something in science. Shall I tell one fact to you? Copper conducts electricity. Is it a fact?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me facts. Simple facts. Manoj, other than cricket, any other fact? Okay, do one thing. Go back and search for simple facts. You'll be shocked. So many facts are there around you. Okay, we'll go on to the next question. Yes. All of you come back from thinking about facts. We'll go to the next question. Question number 4. Interest in teaching is best demonstrated when teachers. Okay. Interest in teaching is best demonstrated when teachers use a uniform teaching style for all students. Engage in continuous professional learning. Depend solely on textbooks for content. Avoid personal interaction with students. That is after school hours interaction, which is correct. Chandharmini says D. Others?
Option B.
Option B.
Option B. Is there anyone who thinks it's option A? Should we use uniform style of teaching for all students?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, why no? My friends, why no?
Sir, all the
learning
students are not.
All students were different.
Yes. There is a term that we use in education. We call it individual differences. Every individual is different. Common analogy. You cannot make all the animals stand in a line and make them race. No. Right? Every individual is unique. So we cannot use a specific or a uniform teaching style for all. Okay? So the correct option is option B, as we discussed in the theory. Going on to the next one. Yes. Deepa, can you please mute yourself for now? Because there is some noise in your background. Yes. Deepa Nayak, can you please mute yourself? Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, question number 5. Which of the following reflects a lack of interest in teaching? Is it adapting teaching methods to suit different learners? Providing immediate answers rather than encouraging inquiry? Utilizing diverse educational resources? Encouraging peer interactions and collaborative learning?
Option B.
Option B.
Which of the following reflects a lack of interest in teaching? Bhagyashree says option D. Bhagyashree, why do you think it is option D? Read the question once again. Which of the following reflects a lack of interest in teaching? If you are giving
Option
immediate
B.
answers rather than making students explore it on themselves, then it shows that you're having lack of interest. You're not having patience. You're like, this is the correct answer. Okay, this is the correct answer. So it's not option D, all of you, it's option B. Yes, as most of you have put it in chat box and answered using your mics, it's option B, providing immediate answers rather than encouraging inquiry. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. A highly interested teacher typically prioritizes. Let's see what does a highly interested teacher prioritizes. Discipline over learning, learner engagement and motivation, covering maximum topics in a short period, rigid adherence to lesson plans.
Option B.
Option B says
B.
few of you. What about others? Manoj, Aishwarya, they also stick with option B. So, look here. The question
Can you
says a
explain
highly...
option D?
Sorry?
Can you explain option D?
Option D, rigid adherence to lesson plans means you have prepared a lesson plan and you're strictly following that lesson plan. You're not going beyond the lesson plan, or you're not entertaining something that is coming out of the lesson plan. You're strictly following the lesson plan that you have prepared. Remember, all of you, when lesson plan is something that you prepare before teaching a class. That is a plan that you make to teach. In that, you'll include what and all has to be taught, how it has to be taught, what teaching resources have to be used. A lot of other things are involved in a lesson plan. Okay, typically it's a plan to teach. So strictly following your lesson plan is what option D says. Okay. So the correct option here is option B, learner engagement and motivation. If you all feel why not option A, why not option C, please ask such questions also to me. I'll explain you why. Clear? Shall we proceed to the next one, or you have any doubt? Friends, shall we move on?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Genuine interest in teaching is least reflected through. Okay. Genuine interest in teaching is least reflected through efforts to understand individual learners' needs, consistent use of outdated teaching techniques, active engagement in professional workshops, enthusiasm in daily classroom activities. Which one is correct?
Option B.
Option B. Option B. Chat box also is filled with option B.
Option B.
Yes, this is a pretty straightforward question because all the other options we have discussed in today's class, it's option B, use of outdated teaching techniques. Question number 8. A teacher genuinely interested in teaching views students. I'll read the question again. A teacher genuinely interested in teaching views students' mistakes primarily as failure to be strictly penalized, opportunities to enhance learning, indicators of poor teaching, evidence of insufficient homework.
Option B.
Option B.
Option B, most of you say. Why not option
Option
C?
B.
Why not option C, Deepa?
So they were trying to learn.
They were?
So
A
they were
teacher
trying to
genuinely...
learn.
Yes, they're trying to learn. A teacher genuinely interested in teaching views students' mistakes primarily as indicators of poor teaching by the teacher. Can't it be indicator of poor teaching by the teacher? Why can't it be option C is what I'm asking. Anyone? Okay, I'll tell you. Always keep this in mind that you have to go for the more positivist answers. than the more pessimist answers that are there. Pessimist means something that is, makes us look down on ourselves. Though a teacher genuinely interested in teaching will view student mistakes as something that the teacher has done as a problem. But if you are a teacher who is more motivated and who is more eager to help students, then you look for opportunity. You look it as an opportunity to enhance learning among that learner. Okay. Though option C holds true, option C is not wrong. But option B is something that is more important compared to option C. Yes? Don't you all agree? That's why you have said option B. But those who thought option C is wrong, please remember that option C is not wrong. But option B is more appropriate in this scenario compared to option C. That's why option B is correct. Shall we move on to the next one? Okay. Teacher with high interest. Yes, someone has asked something. I'm sorry. Did someone ask something? Okay, I'll continue. Teachers with high interest in teaching, usually. Teachers with high interest in teaching usually solely rely on school-provided resources, continuously experiment with innovative strategies, discourage class discussion to maintain discipline, avoid giving challenging tasks to students. What is the correct option here?
Option B.
Option
B.
Option B. Again, like question number 7, this is self-explanatory. It's option B. Last question. Interest in teaching is primarily driven by desire for professional status and financial security, a genuine passion for learner growth and development, following family traditions, stability and fixed working hours.
Option B.
Yes?
option
In chat box, they're spamming with option B. Chinmay too says option B. Do you all agree with option B?
Yes, sir.
Though option A and D are one type of benefit when you enter teaching profession, the most important thing, if you want to be a dedicated and very want to be a teacher who is very much interested in the teaching profession, then option B is the correct answer for you. A genuine passion for learner growth and development. Okay. So we have completed the PYQs and the sample questions also. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? All of you, have you understood everything that we have discussed today? Yes? Now chat box, please. Yes or no you have? Okay. Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Harshita says, okay. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts you have? Any type of doubt, please ask me. Let me inform all of you that RIE CEE notification is going to come very soon. Okay, so we have very less days left and lot of topic to cover. So keep exploring, keep trying to find answers. Please use AI, but also make sure that you are using your, what do we say, that you are trying to verify the responses given by AI, because sometimes AI also gives wrong answers. Okay, someone has put in chat box, as you told on the last class that someone's phone is ringing. Okay. Yes. As you told on the last class that you will share a PDF regarding NEP. So please share that on group. Okay. I will share you the NEP document. Okay. I have the document with me. It's a very big document, but I'll share it with you. Whenever you have free time, just go through it. Okay. Any other suggestion or any other question you have? No. So thank you all of you for patiently sitting for such a long time. I know it's difficult to sit for such a long time and you dedicate your interest. I'm very happy and I'm pretty sure that you all are going to do really well. So keep this motivation up. And if you have any doubts, even when you're learning on your own, please put your questions in the group. We'll try to answer them. Okay. Thank you all of you. We'll end this meeting. I hope this was fruitful for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.